Love is in the air, and we are suffocating. Hi, I'm Milan.
Hey, I'm Matthew. We were both given the opportunity to ask for a once-in-a-lifetime experience from a certain organization that rhymes with shake a fish. So for our wish, we asked to start our very own podcast. I'm just kidding. I went to Boston, New York to watch baseball.
I went to Paris and you're at Disney, but now we have a podcast too.
Welcome to the Wish Kids. Valentine's Day is a made-up holiday. That's my opening remark. That's what I believe. I won't say it's dumb, because dumb's a mean word. But I feel like it's a pretty silly holiday.
I mean, okay, actually, I think it's turned into more of like a marketing thing, but I'm pretty sure the origins of it have something to do with like the Catholics and like Saint Valentine. And
Yeah.
but I do think that it's kind of like a great day to just appreciate those around you.
Yeah. I guess it's good for some people, definitely. Like I know some people really enjoy Valentine's Day every year. It's like some people's favorites for sure, because it's just a day for them to just spoil their partner, spoil someone they love, and just like really show off their love and affection for that person, which is it's good for them.
Yeah. I think it's great. You get discount chocolate the day after though too. And like
Yeah.
but you even get to just like even if you don't have someone, self-love, baby. But like even if you don't have anyone to like buy chocolates or roses for,
That special
I
someone.
yeah, you can just show your friends you care about them. Like
Mhm.
it's just like a day. I feel like it's definitely turned into more of like romantic love, but I think it can also be kind of like um platonic love as well.
I was about to say nice platonic love.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever spoiled someone platonically on Valentine's Day like that?
Um, I guess like one time, I mean, okay, this is like one time I can think of, but I was getting surgery on Valentine's Day.
Aw, so much
And
love from the doctors.
oh yeah, it was great. And actually, I remember going under, and they were like, I was in like what, sixth grade? I don't know. I was 12, so
Wow, yeah.
middle school.
Mhm.
And I remember like everyone was like asking me like if I had like a Valentine's or like a crush or something, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
um, I've been like sick. I haven't had time for that. But like after the surgery, the nurses brought me cake, and I
That's
had
so
just
nice.
woken up, and I was a little like groggy out of
Mhm.
it. You know, like when you're
Oh,
wearing off
definitely, yeah.
like the drugs.
The truck, yeah.
um, there was this girl like next to me, um, that was like going through treatment, and she just looked so sad and obviously like sick because that's what you're there for.
Mhm.
And I offered her and like even gave her some of my cake, and
Aw.
her parents pulled like my parents aside and told them that like was the nicest thing that's like happened to her in like such a long time, and that it like
Wow.
totally changed her day and just made her so happy. And
That's
we
so
were
nice.
yeah, I know I'm such a great person. That was sarcastic. um we were pen pals for like quite some time after, so it was really nice to see that like my small gesture was just like so impactful and just really made a difference for one person.
Wow. That's such a that's such a nice thing to do, honestly. And
Yeah.
I've thought about that, like not thought about giving people cake, because like I don't have cake that often. But just like the fact that for someone such a small thing can mean so much to someone else, like letting someone borrow a highlighter in class, or like giving someone a slice of cake. It's like, to you it's like, oh, it's one small slice out of this big cake, it's nothing, and to them it's like, oh my
Everything.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it just really shows that like just little things do make a big difference. And just like to remember you don't know what other people are going through, and just to be kind, I think is like a great message. And I think Valentine's Day is really like kind of solidifies that in a different way.
Yeah, that's well said. Well, I think that's it for our podcast today. That was really No.
It's a good message for
Yeah,
Dad.
that's a good message for today. I think that's
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Well, that was like,
I agree. Just like showing your love in any way you can, like big or small, is always a good thing to do, because it's like it's not that hard. It's not as hard as
right.
you think, and it's not as hard as people make it out to be.
Yeah.
Just
It's the thought that counts too. Like just to know someone's thinking about you and is like can be there for you in like a time where
mhm.
you don't necessarily like just showing up for someone is like bare minimum of just like being a kind person. So
Yeah. But I mean,
yeah.
candies are always a plus too.
Oh, for sure.
Candies are cake.
Okay. So I mean I kind of talked about like my nice thing of doing something for someone else. So like what's the nicest thing someone's ever done for you?
It's a good
On
question.
Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day to
Oh,
be
okay, okay.
specific.
Narrows it down. I mean, this one year I got like 20 candies, uh, from my classmates in like third grade. But that was fun. I really enjoyed that. And I gave out like 20 also to them. So it was an equal relationship. But I like getting candies from them.
Yeah, that's pretty even, I would say.
Mhm.
I do agree. Those Valentine's Day parties were so fun. Like
Yeah.
I remember we would make little like mailboxes and we'd put like out of like cereal boxes and we decorated and like everyone would just like put their little Valentines in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so much like
I
fancier than mine. We would walk around and just put the candy on our desk, like just right on top of it.
oh no, we went all out. They like took all the holiday seriously for some reason. I was just like, oh
Wow.
okay. I kind of miss doing those Valentine's Day candies and like Valentine's Day card for the class because it just I remember like made everyone feel like so special, and I
Mhm.
would get so excited to like just see someone like so happy.
No, I definitely miss those too. I miss the parties. I really liked going to the store with my mom. And I would always like get those. I think for a few years we made homemade Valentines, and then eventually she was like, "No, we're going to the store." 'Cause they had those like box sets, where it was
Mhm.
like they all had like pre-written messages, and then like they had like different characters or themes. So, like there was like SpongeBob, there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's like My Little Pony, and they would just have like they would
Yes.
have lollipops or like little candies already attached to them. It was like so much easier.
Yes, I totally know what you're talking about. Like, okay, some even had tattoos in them, like the temporary tattoos.
Uh,
I would get those and I'd like get lollipops because I was like, I want to be like edgy, but also like sweet.
yeah. Best of both worlds. You're really
Yes.
appealing to both sides of the class. I'm sure there are a bunch of edgy third graders in your class there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but I would always try to find. I remember I would look for like the coolest Valentines, because like I wanted to impress the ladies, and I was like, I'm gonna give you guys like some pretty rad Valentine's Day cards and candies this year. Like none of that SpongeBob stuff. I'm gonna give you like Johnny,
Advanced.
yeah, like Johnny Test, like something really cool.
Did okay, wait, did you ever like end up having the same like Valentine's as someone else in the class?
Mm, like a crush, you mean? Or like,
No, 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 no. Like you'd show up with the same boxed Valentines.
oh, I know some people did. I would always try to find like a little, like I said, I'll try to impress people.
Yeah.
Because
Unique. Be
I
unique.
mean, if one thing really gets to the third grade, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I would try to impress people when I was a third grader, and that's what I'm gonna leave my statement at.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that was like a big deal. Was like we actually like one year, the school sent out like a message that like you have to say like what theme you ended up buying your Valentine's because there was like a huge fight
Oh
and like
gosh.
because they got the same ones and they were like, I want everyone to know that it was like from me. And I was just like, oh, like I didn't realize we were getting competitive.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that wow.
One year I was so extra and I would get these marshmallow pops for like everyone. It had like three marshmallows on it. It was dipped in chocolate and like covered in sprinkles. And I was just like, y'all wanted to compete, I'm competing.
Yeah. Wow. Like you spent money. Like that's like
Oh yeah. I was like, oh, everyone's having a great day today, whether you like it or not, you're having a
mhm.
great day.
Yeah. Oh, you got box candy? Oh, how sweet. That's But back to Valentine's Day. What was your favorite Valentine's Day? I assume it wasn't the one with the surgery.
Oh, definitely not.
Mm.
That was probably the one I resent, but
Mm.
also not really because I feel like it gave me a new friend,
Yeah, you made a
but
friend.
just not what I wanted to be doing. I
It's
wanted to
fair.
be
Yeah.
competing with everyone else's Valentines in class.
Uh-huh.
Like, but I actually went to a Big Time Rush concert when I was 10, and I
On
met the band.
Valentine's Day? You met them on
Oh my
Valentine's Day?
gosh, I met them. Yes. I did it. My
What?
mom kept it a surprise that like we had VIP tickets. And I was just like, I at first I was like, okay, like, we're gonna go to a concert. I'm gonna like jump around and I'm gonna be like sweating. And so I remember like getting ready and just being like, okay, like this is my outfit, and like on the slim chance that I meet them. And my mom just like sitting in the corner, like, she's gonna meet them. And then we showed up, and we could like I found out that like we were in like the VIP line, and I wore a tiara. I wore like a little crown, and
Oh
like
my
when I
gosh.
met Kendall, he like knocked it off my head, but it was like so worth it. And like when he knocked it, like got caught in my hair, and I was just like, oh.
Kendall, you can do no wrong. It's okay. You're
I was like, it's fine, it's great. um I just like cried like after.
Oh my
I was just
gosh.
like, oh my gosh. I also won. Okay, sorry, I'm going off a tangent about like Big Time Rush concerts, but like I happened to win this like special raffle. So I got like this exclusive like band t-shirt. Oh my gosh, it was so great. Like
Wow.
it was wonderful.
They must have like thought you were so cool, like meeting you, and then you're just like crying right after. Like that's an amazing first impression. They must have thought you're the coolest kid at the
Yeah,
whole
but like
concert.
imagine being like 22 and having 10-year-olds cry when they meet you. Like but
Must have been
and okay,
so.
wait, for the record, I
Uh-huh.
cried after meeting them, but I was so
Uh,
shy talking to them. I'm pretty sure I said like 8 words.
that God, yeah, that must be like so awkward. Like I feel like crying is normal for them. Like they deal with it, like, oh, it's okay. But like shyness is just like, I mean, shyness is normal too, but just like celebrities have to deal with that so much. It must be so awkward. There's this
Mhm.
one Saturday Night Live skit that's like probably one of my favorites of all time. It has Chris Farley, who like Chris Farley is one of my favorite actors, comedians ever. If you haven't seen his work or his stuff, definitely look him up. He was amazing. Um, but there's this one skit where he like does a celebrity interview, and he has Paul McCartney on, and he's just like a total fanboy during the interview, just like how you're describing. He's like super shy, and like I you just have to look up the Chris Farley and Paul McCartney interview. It's so funny.
I do have to say Matthew has asked me to watch that video and like that little clip, and I can agree that it will provide some serotonin. And I read in the comments, so I'm not sure if it's like an actual fact,
Mhm.
but I read that like it was inspired, like the skit and that like
Yeah,
bit was inspired by like Chris Farley, like acting like that. Like that's how he would talk to celebrities when he just got onto SNL.
really.
Like,
Wow, he seems so just like natural with everything though. Like that's I
yeah,
I loved Chris Farley. Oh my gosh.
it's great. So like, I mean, as that video will provide you with serotonin,
Mm-hmm.
what have you like given other people? Like what have you done to produce serotonin in other
Mm.
people?
Right. What was my hospital cake?
Yes.
Um, oh, a few years ago, I got hockey tickets for Valentine's Day. And that was super fan. Just like first off, I absolutely love hockey. And it was
Clearly.
yeah, clearly. I mean, it was a Sharks game versus the Capitals too. So like,
Yeah. For those listening that aren't like watching this right now, he's wearing
yeah,
a hockey
I'm
jersey.
wearing my Washington Capitals jersey. So clearly a big fan. Clearly my favorite team.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it was awesome seeing them play. Seeing them on Valentine's Day. And I mean, hockey games are good on any day. Like, yeah, hockey's my favorite sport by far. But like, especially on Valentine's Day, I feel like doing something that's like not traditional, like not like a norm on Valentine's Day just makes it more fun in my opinion. Like you can go to a fancy dinner and buy flowers and spend lots of money if you want to. Hockey games aren't that cheap, but it's just like something way different and like
Mhm.
something that like was like really fun to do on a day that's like romantic and like all this like stigma and stuff around it.
Right. I totally agree. I mean, like also, when you were talking about like going to dinner and like buying flowers, like those things will be there a lot of the time. Whereas like some hockey games or like concerts or um I don't know what like sports games and like
Hmm.
just certain things are like only during a few times and like they're unique experiences that
Yeah.
I think that's just different.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's fun too to like do those on a day. Like I know like some people on Christmas they always go and watch a movie.
Mhm.
There's some people on Thanksgiving who always go and get their Christmas tree or like the Christmas tree the day after. Um, and it's like on certain days you have like certain traditions, but it's like it's fun to like break those traditions. Like on Valentine's Day, rather than going to a fancy like steakhouse or like a fancy dinner and buying flowers and chocolate, you go do something else. You go to a hockey game or you go to like amusement park or something, and it's like
Right.
something different but something that like is still like a fun celebration of that day that doesn't have to
Yeah.
be like necessarily romantic and like
I think that's more memorable. I think that's more memorable as well. let's let's go with that one.
that's a word, it's in the dictionary, I've heard it.
I think just like those unique and different things just really solidify that like okay, you did put a little bit more thought into this. You're not just doing something that's what everyone else is doing.
Mhm.
Like for example,
Mhm. Yeah.
this one time in like fourth grade, it was the time when like duct tape art was like a huge
Oh,
thing.
like duct tape wallets and like all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
And like that, like if you weren't doing that, like I don't know what you were doing. Like everyone was just buying loads of duct tape.
Yeah.
And so like I made someone a duct tape keychain and like gave it to them like with my full chest. I was like, this is
Wow.
gold. I'm not
Wow.
making you pay me for this.
Wow, that I mean, yeah, nothing says love quite like a nice duct tape keychain. That's special.
Okay, real question though. Do you think Ryan Gosling would like a duct tape keychain?
Probably not, but he would like a notebook.
Speaking of The Notebook, which by the way is a perfect movie for
Mhm.
Valentine's Day, we would like to formally introduce you to our new segment called Can I Get a Drum Roll, Please?
The Watch Kids. Uh, it's a Wish Kids movie and show review and recommendation segment that is that is brand new, and we're trying it out on this episode. Brand
Brand
spanking new.
new.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just for you guys.
yes. So I guess like my first recommendation ever will probably be Uptown Girls.
Hmm.
And you're probably like, oh, chick flick. Okay, but it is like the best movie to watch if you're having a night in with your friends and just want to relax and have like a feel good movie. Like it'll if you're like in an emotional state, it'll definitely like solidify that, but it'll also just make you feel really good at the end. It's a love story, but it's just like a different type of love. It's like something that's platonic, but just like an unbreakable bond.
Oh, a nice platonic love. We like that.
Yes.
We're all about platonic love on the show, it seems like.
Yes.
Yeah. No, movies on Valentine's Day is definitely a good thing to do. Like I mean, movies on Valentine's Day never gets old. That's classic. Um and like we referenced the notebook.
Mhm.
That was a pretty cheesy joke, but I think it landed well. I hope it landed well. But that's a great Valentine's Day, very emotional. You watch that. That's like super Valentine's Day though. You watch that with like your person, and you both cry and you both get very emotional. That kind of movie. If you want like a nice rom com though, one of my favorite movies of all time actually is The Princess Bride. Just absolutely hilarious movie, and it's a great love story. It has Andre the Giant too. He used to be a pro wrestler. He's oh yeah, I mean, there's not much to dislike about the movie. It has everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, disliking things is so last month.
Mm-hmm.
But thinking things are cool and different is kind of like a new story. So, welcome back to Is This Still Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, subjects up for discussion today will be including roses and teddy bears.
Yeah. Okay. So roses. So personally, I like them. Um, I don't know if I've ever received them. I don't know if I've
Shocking.
received flowers from anyone.
That's
Um,
crazy. That's absurd. I am so sorry.
I mean, it's okay. I don't know what I do with them. I don't. I'd
It's the
probably
gesture.
yeah. I guess yeah. But I have gotten them for people.
Okay.
And in my mind, at least, it seems like it's a fun thing.
Mhm.
Because it's like you're giving someone something that's like it's not only pretty, it doesn't only it like smells good too. But it's also alive and like that lasts for a little bit, so they'll keep thinking of you as they like have it in water and like they'll like look over and think, and it's just like it's the thought that matters, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I'm kind of right there with you that it is fun to give. I legitimately love giving roses. I also like receiving a different variety of flowers. And sometimes what I'll do is like I will keep like I'll let them dry out and like press them and
Oh
keep
yeah.
them. So then like I just like I'm just like remember that like moment of like who gave them to me or like what it was. But I just like love giving someone something, and the gesture can even just be like romantic or, as we have talked so much about today, platonic.
Mm-hmm.
I just like knowing I made someone feel special.
Yeah.
And like I will always get people I'm interested in like flowers or roses, depending on like if I know that they have a favorite flower, I will definitely like try to find it. But
Wow. It's
it's
committed.
definitely like a top thing for me to do.
Mm.
um just date wise or just even randomly, I just like
Yeah.
to solidify that like you, hey, you know I care.
Yeah. No, it definitely it like I remember a few years back, um, I got flowers for my friend. He was in a play. And like plays are very traditional to give flowers for. But I don't think he'd ever received flowers either. Actually. And so like after the play, he came outside and I remember I had the flowers and I got down on one knee and like presented him the flowers. And it was just so funny. He looked so happy. Um, Audio listeners, I included an image here um in the YouTube video. YouTube viewers, you can see it right now on screen somewhere around here. So if you want to see me absolutely melting my friend's heart, then go check out the video on YouTube. Um, but yeah, no, roses and flowers are still very cool in my book, especially for Valentine's Day.
Exactly. I totally agree. Actually, I think that's like a really funny image um of just you.
Yeah.
I think that's really thoughtful. And I I actually remember like getting plays or getting flowers. Sorry. Getting flowers like after the play was such a huge flex for like everyone else. Like
Mm.
people would like if count how many flowers you had after. Like they would be like the assessment.
It was that like is the
Oh,
competition for
if
the
you
play
haven't
that
caught
big?
on, my school is very competitive.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder, I've never been in theater. Like I've never, so I don't know if that's how it is at all schools.
um
I don't,
I'm not sure if it is at all schools either, but I do know that like getting flowers is just
yeah.
like an ultra compliment, especially like
Mhm.
when the leads would get flowers. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
like, but they deserved it. Like, there were some people at our school who could like really hold a note, and I was like,
Good for
okay,
them. The
yeah.
little side note, the counting flowers thing that just reminds me of like counting Halloween candy. As a young kid, like seeing who has more pieces.
Yes,
Like
that's funny.
that's just like such a strange. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. Yeah, like who
Yeah,
has
I
most
mean,
cards.
I it's just a like comparison thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
A good way of
I mean,
flex. Like,
oh yeah. One time, I do have to flex this a little bit. One
mhm.
time I found really sparkly flowers, and like they were live flowers like with like glitter on them, and they were just so cool. And like okay, it was a little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But like it was so worth it. And I remember like just giving them to like my friend who had just finished her play.
Uh-huh.
And I just know it like it just makes them feel acknowledged and like, okay, your hard work that you put into this to memorize your lines or your choreography is just like we appreciate it. And thank you for entertaining me for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But I agree that flowers and roses are very cool and will always be cool. And they should probably never not be cool.
Yeah. No, flowers are always in style. Teddy bears, though, what do you think of
Yes.
those?
Yes. I am telling you right now that I would literally sell my soul to build a bear. I I have 3 on my bed right now. I love them.
Wow.
They are great. It's a date. Like it is the best date right there. Always
Mhm.
cool. You aren't cool. Like you aren't cool if you hate on Build a
They're
Bear.
just like, they're so expensive, though. They're so expensive.
Okay, stuffing is priceless, bears are forever, and money is not. Okay, wait, seriously. Seriously, I will agree. I will agree that is expensive, especially like if you dress it up and get like a lot of accessories for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, hear me out. I have a giant bear right there. Like, I love teddy bears. Like, it's just it it yeah, I love teddy bears. Don't get me wrong.
His teddy bear is my lava lamp.
Yeah, it's not as colorful. It has pink on it today, actually. It has a little red and pink.
We're themed today.
Yeah, but no, it's just like stuffed animals for someone you love is like it's always a good thing. Stuffed animals for anyone is always a good thing. Everyone loves stuffed animals. But like to get someone to build a bear, like you have to be like really serious because that's an investment.
Oh, for sure. It's a commitment.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of an engagement ring. Like you're like
Yeah, if you add the voice recording, I'm pretty sure it's the same price too.
you know, I wish you could add a song to a Build-A-Bear.
You can literally put like mute, you can sing into it and you can like put songs in it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, that was my segue to our song recommendations.
Yes.
So yeah, so thanks
Okay,
for
wait.
thanks for the segue.
So wait, are teddy bears cool or not?
Oh, sorry. Yes, but expensive.
Yes, it depends on the stuff.
It depends.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies. I don't understand those. Have you seen that? Like how expensive Beanie Babies are?
Yes. Well, if they're like collectibles.
Why? Who's collecting them? Like what are they?
People collect them.
For what purpose? It's like you can
I
get
don't
like
know.
a
Every time I
tiny
think
stuffed
about Beanie
animal.
Babies, I think about that like episode. I don't know if you remember iCarly, but I remember this is episode of iCarly where she goes over to like her new like crush's like house and he just has like a wall of like Beanie Babies.
So I'm gonna say teddy bears are cool. Build-A-Bear and Beanie Babies are like borderline because of their no Build-A-Bears are cool, but just because of the price, it like
Yeah. Okay. Not cool with pricing.
yeah. If you include the price of them, then
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Okay. I agree. Pretty cool. But also
Yeah.
cool because you can add a lot of stuff to that. And like, for example, songs as
Yeah.
we were going to transition and then we got on the
Mhm.
topic of Beanie Babies.
Super cool. You can add songs to
Yeah.
Build-A-Bears. What are some songs you'd like to add to a Build-A-Bear, Milan?
Um,
Especially for Valentine's Day.
so I'm actually going to pick for this episode Love You for a Long Time by Maggie Rogers.
Mhm.
This is such a beautiful song. Her work is so thoughtful and you can just like hear her passion in like all of her songs. It's also like just it feels like magic when you listen to it. Like you just get
Wow.
transported into like a different world.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Maggie's nice. I like Maggie.
Yes, I have 2 more. We're going extreme today.
We're going big for Valentine's Day. It's
Okay, but a perfect song, like a literal perfect song for today's episode is Love Me by Big Time Rush. Full circle, gotta bring it, gotta praise my kings.
Question real quick. Did they perform that while you were
Oh,
there?
yes, they did.
Yeah.
And actually it has a like, I guess you could say dubstep, or it has like a lot of bass to it. Bass. I don't know.
There's a lot of fish in the song.
It has a
It's got
good beat drop.
it's got a good amount of smoked salmon in there too. It's really
Tuna and calamari
yeah,
are
it's
all
really
kind
rainbow
of
trouting it up at the end. Oh my gosh.
yes. Well,
Good bass drops. Okay, that's
but it's like it's actually a really solid song and really upbeat for like kind of more of like their music. They kind of really experimented, I think, with this one when they're making it. In my opinion, I'm not a professional music person, obviously, but I actually this used to be the only song that my brother would listen to, and we dragged him to this concert, and like when they performed it, like he was even hyped because okay, so I know I'm going into like really detailed versions
it's
of the
okay.
Big
I mean,
Time
this
Rush
is
concert,
a Big Time Rush podcast. It sounds
but they had like trampolines and confetti. They like went out. They were like jumping on trampolines off the stage. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was
what?
awesome. It was best concert I've been to, and I've been to some concerts, and like that is like that is a concert.
That's so cool. What? They had trampolines on stage.
Yes, it was. They were built into the stage.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds so
like the
fun.
crew would get there like the night before and like build it.
That sounds so fun.
That
Oh my gosh.
it was amazing, and they had like these big balls that would like you like they threw in the audience, and you could like bun.
Like beach balls, but just like
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
beach
It was
balls are
great.
always fun.
It was amazing. Okay, my last one. Last one.
Mhm.
I swear we're gonna be done. Is Midnight Love by Girl in Red. I love the song. I love Girl in Red. She has just great songs, great music. Wonderful person. Love her. Anyways, those are
I want to go back to the Big Time Rush story real quick.
okay.
You said Love Me was the only song your brother listened to. You meant only song by Big Time Rush or
Oh
only
yeah.
song like he listened to at all? Like
It was the only song from like the album that he would like not
okay.
complain that I was putting on, because if I was in the car,
Mm-hmm.
we had all three Big Time Rush CDs just rotated.
Gosh.
Like it was on repeat. Like, oh yes, it
Oh,
was.
wow. That must
Yeah,
have been pretty fun to drive
it was
around
a
with you
wonderful time
then.
in my life, and thankfully now music is just so accessible on our phones that like I still have a Big Time Rush playlist and all of their music.
Yeah, you're not limited to just 3 CDs. Now
Oh
it's
no, like it. I get it on
all
replay.
4. How many albums do they have? It does
They
all
have
of their albums.
they
They
have
have
three, and then they all have some of them have singles now. So
they broke up.
um they like ended, I guess, because they were a show. Okay, actually, fun fact, they were a show, but Nickelodeon owns the rights to the name, so they couldn't be a band beyond the show.
Mm,
Anyways, sorry, drama.
that's your Big Time Rush history lesson for the day.
Yes, okay.
Tune in
Let's
next
hear
week
some
for
of your
another.
songs. Let's hear some of your songs.
Yeah, okay. My songs for Valentine's Day. First off is Like I'm Gonna Lose You by Meghan Trainor and John Legend. This song I've sang it a million times in the car. Absolutely love this song. Doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. It's like it's a great song. John Legend. Oh, he is one of the
Amazing.
best voice in the
Yeah.
world. Another great voice. This girl Evann McIntosh. That's Evan with 2 N's. The song is called Yours. This girl Evan is just like the most amazing sound and the amazing voice. Then this song, there's her whole album is so good, but this song is just like so beautiful. A few weeks ago, actually, I was just listening to it on a random weeknight, and I started like crying, like, and not like a sad cry, but just like is so pretty. It's like one of the few songs I've ever cried to, and it's just like such a pretty song.
Um,
Um,
I do have to agree that she is excellent.
Yeah, she's great. Go listen to all her stuff. I'm gonna recommend at least 2 other songs of hers too later on this podcast. Not this podcast, but like the on future episodes. And then last but not least, I'm going way old school with Too Busy Thinking About My Baby by Marvin Gaye. This is like the epitome of Motown in my mind. It's so smooth. It's like butter on a warm roll. It just makes me happy. And it's one of those where if you're out there with your partner or someone you love and you just like you start singing this to them or like dancing with them to this song, it's sure to put a smile on their face. It's such a great song.
Those are like some really good choices. You really came through today with your song recommendations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I liked yours too. They were good.
Thank you. Well, I loved hearing your recommendations, and I also like really loved this podcast episode. And now I guess we have to love signing off. So I hope you guys have a great day. You are safe and you take care of yourself. And with that, I think the Wish Kids will wish you well.
We love you platonically.
Thank you to our moms for moderating and our dads for proving nods and occasional thumbs up.
We would also like to thank all of our wonderful nurses and doctors that we've had along the way and remind you that they are healthcare professionals, not us.
Please keep in mind, any medical information or stories shared and discussed in this podcast are based on personal experiences and are not meant to serve as medical advice. Please talk with your doctor about any medical concerns, questions, and guidance as they are trained medical professionals.
Any brands, corporations, trademarks, or characters in the show, even those based on real people, are purely fictional.
The Wish Kids wish you well.